We all are. Uh,
Maybe.
Everybody good?
Are we on
Mhm.
the tubes? On the YouTubes? Are we
Yep.
live? It's always a mystery.
Mm.
Every time. It's a little bit of a Julia! Hello, Julia.
I think mine's fucking up.
Yes. I believe we're good.
Perfect. Perfect. Well, that's good. Let's roll. Good evening, all, and welcome to Beer, Booze, and Boogeyman for October. Forgive me for my honestly probably bad audio for this evening. I don't have any internet at my house as of yet, so I'm pretty sure that my AT&T supplies were stolen off my porch and that I'm using my earphones. So, but making up for my lack of readiness for this episode are the hosts of this show. First, but certainly not mid, the wonder from Ohio Sunda and one of the hosts of Black Cat Report, somebody who just disappeared from the screen, G-Booze.
Hello, everybody! How are you doing?
Yeah, and second, only person
Just
who
had to
can make a
outdo that.
Jackson. Oh, and he just drops right off, so I'll introduce the other host first. The only scriptwriter that I know that has the ability to make the beginning seem like the end, but then make you want to go back to the beginning and just read it and watch it again. The host of Paranormal Girl podcast, K-Boos.
Hi, everybody. That was very creative. I'm not sure what that meant, but I liked it.
I'm not sure either. That's why I wrote it like that. All good things. And I can't introduce the other host because he just disappeared randomly.
He gone.
But
Gone, girl.
I will introduce myself. I'm Joey. Today, we are going to rock and roll through no topic in particular, but all the topics. And the person I was going to call on to introduce next month's episode is disappearing. So, if anybody knows the next episode's date and what it is, please go ahead.
We haven't fully cemented that concept. I think we were talking about doing. Uh-oh. Oh, he's trying to get back on. I think we were talking about doing maybe a Halloween episode, but yeah, it's not fully, set. He'll
Okay.
be back before the end of this episode, or else.
hmm Him and Arnold. Well, I don't know if you've caught on yet, but we are doing a paranormal happy hour every week on random days. We've actually been announcing this at least a day or two beforehand, the day we were doing and the time. Sometimes they'll hop on in the middle. And if you haven't seen it, we've been going through weekly news events as well as a nice lively discussion. Generally, it's two of us on it each time, which has mostly been G-Boos, K-Boos, and D-Boos knocking out of the park each and every time. You guys have been crushing it. Gil, do you know the next happy hour that we're doing? He's just moving his lips. We're not actually on mute. He is just moving his
No.
lips to make us all wonder
I realize that
where
now.
we're
Yeah.
going.
No, I
Yeah.
realize that now.
That was an advertisement for a new hearing aids company, which is now sponsoring us. But nah,
hmm
who's in the chat? We're gonna reward the folks that are here early. Julia Barnes.
hmm
Julia Barnes, tell us the date and time you want us to do the next paranormal happy hour. Because you showed up early, you're in the chat, and you know what? Early bird gets the worm. So that's the answer. Correct answer is whatever the heck Julia Barnes wants.
Whatever Julia
Yeah.
wants. Yeah.
Flexible.
Well, you know what? You know what? Before we start, since the guys is not here yet,
Okay.
how are you guys doing? Gil, K-Boos, G-Boos, K-Boos, how are you guys doing? Just like in general.
Fucking terrible. But
Awful.
K-Booz, you can go first.
No,
hmm
I'm awful too. You go first. I
Oh,
don't know what to say.
yeah.
I don't know what to say anymore.
Yeah, no, there's
Julia says she doesn't know.
Julia, you can't say you don't know. Pick a date and time. Lie to me, Julia. Lie to me.
Lie to
No, I'm
all
just
of
kidding.
us. We
All
like
right,
it
all
like
right.
that.
I'll throw this out there as an option. Tuesday at 9:30 p.m. Eastern time.
Ew.
Eastern time. 9:30 p.m. Eastern time. So Tuesday.
Yeah, you're the only
9:30
one in that
Eastern time.
time now.
How does that sound? Let us.
I think Joey
sound?
wants to do that one.
I
Uh,
cannot do
yeah.
that one.
He's
No,
not
he,
allowed to.
you
I'm not ready.
you look and sound good both, buddy.
Well, I'm not in
Let the
Eastern time
sea.
zone anymore,
Look,
so Gail,
Joey,
you're the only one in Eastern
Joey,
time zone.
leap and the net will appear. Okay.
That's what they told me
Sure.
at the asylum.
Yes.
But
Indeed. Indeed.
all right.
Weird.
So somebody write that down. It was Tuesday at 9:30 p.m. Eastern time.
Mm-hmm.
Julia just said
Mhm.
sounds good to her. So
Okay.
there we
All
go.
right.
Sounds
It's
good to us.
settled. It's settled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Other than that,
Well,
we're so polite.
mhm.
I'm gonna fucking take it. I'm gonna be actually incredibly fucking honest. Everybody's getting scared. Um the shit that is going on in our country right now is absolutely horrifying. A lot of us are way the fuck too busy and we have our noses to the grindstone to actually have the energy to give a fuck. And that is 99% of the strategy of being advantageous. When there are authoritarian autocrats stepping into power, and as much as the right had so many reasons to complain about cancel culture, at least it wasn't institutionalized. There is some fucked up shit happening here, and I remember loving all of the conspiracies on the right about FEMA camps, about the guns being taken from us, about the military in the streets. Guys, we need to form our fucking militia. We need to do something about this. We need to step the fuck up. You know, the next thing they're going to do is come into your home and tell you exactly what to say and what you can't say. And guess what? Now that the more extreme portions, those political rings, are in power, that is literally what is being put into law just fucking yesterday. There was an executive order signed. It didn't even make the news because god damn it, there's so much fucking news to make between. There are more news headlines than bullets in this fucking country, and that's saying a lot. Just fucking yesterday, Trump signed an order saying you can get put on the FBI's watch list for saying anything against Christianity. I'm sorry, separation of church and state. Saying anything against capitalism. I'm sorry, freedom of fucking speech. This isn't okay. And, you know, like, I could sit here and I could be scared about, like, oh, I shouldn't say this shit right now. There's hundreds of hours of me saying shit like this online. And you know what the most fucking American thing you can do is? Talk shit about America. That's what this country was founded on. And I don't give a fuck what side you're on. The fact is, when it's the other side in power, if that ever fucking happens again, because right now it really doesn't seem like it with the fucking tin pot dictator in power, you need that. And you need to respect the other motherfucker's right to say it. So, I don't know. I don't have anything to do. I don't have anything to say. I'm not calling for any goddamn thing. I'm just letting you know if you're pissed, I'm pissed too, and you're not alone. That's how I'm fucking feeling right now.
Thank you, Gail. And we will start that every single episode at the beginning. It will be called Gil's Polynormal. And I love it. Seriously, we will.
What?
Oh, this is fucked.
Yeah.
This isn't okay. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
I'm not trying to bring down the mood, but
You're right, and you're
All
good.
good. Hmm.
What kind of pants do psychics wear?
parachute pants? Because they saw the fall coming?
You're so, you're so close. A paranormal pants.
Wow, leave it to K-Boos for the jokes tonight.
I'm trying. I had another one, but I lost it because I'm terrible at jokes.
Hmm. Is that what you said about your pair of socks too?
A pair of socks.
I had another one, but I lost it.
God damn it. You always
That was
outdad
Woohoo.
pretty
me.
That was pretty good.
I just made that
Yeah.
up. Oh, I just made
Outdad
that
your
up. That's the dad with no children and no animals. So.
Someday, Joey. Someday.
All these,
Mhm.
honestly, the best dad jokes are tried in the fire of talking to a wall, and Joey is pioneering.
There's one right behind me. I'm talking to that one every day. Actually, this is a new wall. It's my new best friend. Uh, I don't know if you. Well, I'll give you guys some updates. Maybe some good updates.
Some
Or
call it
my new
friends.
best friend
Some
is this
call it
wall.
four new
Yeah.
best friends.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What's your updates,
I mean,
Joey?
Yeah,
Tell
what's your
us.
updates,
Tell
bud?
us.
I mean, hold on. I'll count the walls. 1, 2. This is where we're going in this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got 6 walls. That means 6 new best friends in this house because there's a curve. So it technically, there's curves and there's like different parts of the wall, right? So you got like a door that goes in the bathroom around the wall. It's 6 walls to me. Don't hurt on my best friend logic. Anyways, I have just why I'm, kind of on these bad audio right now is because I actually just moved into, as I was talking about to you guys last month, I moved to Nashville. I finally moved into my new place literally yesterday morning. So took the keys at 12. Yeah, super excited. It's very small. But it works. It's a small studio, and I am now like Gil. Yeah, I have to turn off my AC when I am recording, so you might see me start sweating. And it's also a little hotter here because it's in the 90s most of the time. So I'm excited. I just moved in, and yeah, that is my update.
Dude,
Yeah.
congratulations.
Yeah. We're
Also,
Mhm.
proud of you.
when did you? What day did you leave Asheville?
I left on the 15th of September.
Yeah, I need to give you some serious fucking prompts because you folks don't know this, and we're killing time right now. So honestly, hop in with the chat. Tell us about how the fuck your week, your month, your year, is going.
Mhm.
Tell us your friends episode. But like Joey, you left on the 15th. I literally saw you out of your fucking driveway when you were
You did,
leaving
yes, yes, you did.
on the 15th. Yeah.
Hmm.
Um, and in less than 15 days, you went to a brand new city, barely any connections whatsoever, and found and secured a place. And you know what? For motherfuckers in our generation, that's a big goddamn deal. 15 fucking days. This bitch can hustle. That's all I'm
Hmm.
saying. I'm
You did.
respect. That's all I'm saying. Like, I couldn't
Hmm.
picture going to a new town hours and hours and hours away, and within 15 days signing a lease. Like, that's
Hmm.
That's the dream of
like
his. He makes it
motherfucker had to
happen.
have. It's true, and like honestly, they should have gave you a discount for the second U-Haul you had, the one that was carrying your massive
Mm.
balls, because goddamn, it takes some big balls to pull some shit like that.
Well,
Yeah,
that's where
good job, bud.
D-Boost comes back in. Thank you.
D-Boost is like, did someone say
Welcome back.
balls? Balls.
I am here.
Am I here?
You are.
You are here. We can hear you.
I don't know what the fuck was going on. I couldn't get nothing to work.
Is there
Mm.
anybody out there?
Hmm.
Oh. Julia says, congratulations. Welcome to Nashville.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I am
Very
also
proud of
like
you.
45 minutes from D-Boost now.
Yep.
Hmm.
So the
I guess.
I'm
excuse
just gonna have to turning my head like
D-
this to see D-Boost.
D-Boost is literally fucking.
Let's just do the show like this. It's
I
fine.
didn't
Yeah.
even
Y'all,
know that was an option.
we're
Like
gonna
D-Boost is coming in clutch
There you
like
go.
that.
we're gonna take what we can get
Okay.
tonight.
Yeah, it's just one of those
Wow.
nights.
Yeah, we out here. We thirsty. Julia, you're the one
Hmm.
hitting us up in the chat. I'm gonna keep calling you out until you're too embarrassed and you leave. I'm just kidding. Please don't go. But
Yeah, don't do that. Yeah.
I'll shut up.
I don't know what the fuck's
Anyways,
going
Julia,
on.
do you have any paranormal stories?
Not
Even if you
working,
don't,
nothing.
have you heard a good one? Even if you don't believe it. We're just trying to collect any and all fucking paranormal stories tonight. Have you heard any crazy shit? Even if it's shit you don't fucking believe. but it's a story that still comes to mind when I'm saying that. Guess what? That's your qualifier. We just want to hear some crazy shit. Honestly, I don't know how you guys are. You guys out there with me? We're just trying to
Yeah,
hear crazy
well,
shit.
that's the point of this. That's the point of all of this. I just want to hear some crazy shit. Tell me your crazy
Mhm.
shit. Yes.
I just want to know if I'm coming through okay.
Babe, you've been fine for an hour. You're good. We're
Yeah.
bored with you. No, I'm just kidding.
There was nothing wrong before, D-Boost.
hmm Well, let's before we get into all this, we need to introduce our drinks. So, K-Boost, go ahead.
Wow, I'm feeling like this was more apropos to Gil tonight,
Barely
but
hear
I
you.
felt it was very apropos to me in the state of things. Apocalypse IPA.
Makes
That's
sense.
all.
They're saying
That's all. I don't have a runner up. This is all I'm drinking tonight.
I'm gonna be a dick real quick. Hello, 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 hello. I got a message from somebody that said they can barely hear me.
Huh.
We can hear you fine.
Yeah, we can hear you
Yeah.
okay. You might be a
Yeah.
little low, but
And that message was brought to you by our fake hearing aid service, which we are now promoting tonight.
they might have been watching. They might have been rewatching the early part of the show when you
I
know.
Oh
don't
yeah.
know. You know what I'm
Julia
saying?
said the screamer of White Bluff. We should revisit
Yeah.
that. We should talk about that.
Should I pull up a story on the Screamer of White Bluff and just fucking
Absolutely.
The
Fucking
White
yes.
Bluff
do it?
Screamer. I'm
Joey's like,
currently
it's
in
not
White
like I
Bluff.
prepared anything.
D-Boost, while you're pulling it up, D-Boost, what are you drinking, D-Boost?
Hey, since it's officially October, I'm drinking Sierra Nevada's
What the
Oktoberfest.
fuck is going on with my computer?
Hell yeah. Hell
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
That's a
buddy.
nice one.
Ew,
Enjoy.
pumpkin.
Ah, don't you dare. Leave my
Dude,
pumpkins alone.
Mm-hmm.
why does everything, things are not going my way tonight.
I think we're all struggling this evening.
My
Uh,
keyboard's not working.
oh,
Actually,
Mm.
my keyboard is working, but in ways I didn't expect. It's like opening apps on my computer.
oh
Can you
dear.
guys
Well,
believe I work on computers for a living?
it's because your
Um,
FBI agent that is watching everything you do didn't like particularly the beginning of the show. That's what's going on.
the letter C is not working, which is making typing the word screamer very hard. But R-E-A, nope, A doesn't work either. You guys are seeing in real time. Well, you're not really, because I'll screen share this shit. They
We're
might
seeing
come
your
up with
face in real time.
some offensive bookmarks might come up, but honestly, those are just tips.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, if never mind, I'm not gonna go there. You guys know where I was gonna go, so like we don't even need to stop.
Mm-hmm.
But
We don't. Gil,
what
what are
am
you
I
drinking?
typing?
I'm innocent. Yeah, what are you drinking?
Fucking, I wish it was moonshine. Why doesn't my letter C work? How am I gonna satisfy the ladies without this fucking letter? God damn it! I'm gonna have to copy and paste the letter C. What is happening? No, I will.
Like, here's a
Guys can't-
picture of my talk. Oh,
We are.
talk.
Does the T work?
I was thinking of a word that rhymed with fit, but yeah, talk worked.
But there's a C in that one too. Anyways.
Yeah, Joey, that was. Never mind. What the? Should I turn
Here,
it off and turn it back on?
What do
Maybe blow on it. Should I blow on the C word?
I don't know.
Dude,
This is
what
off the rails. Do we have a story
What-
to tell
We-
while he's
We
What
have two
letters
stories.
work?
We have two stories this
So,
evening, everybody.
we did have some
Give us-
submissions.
Yeah, so K-Booz, we have your story first if you want to read that one. Submission
Absolutely.
one.
I will do that.
Mhm.
You guys can screen share.
Well,
I'm not gonna fucking.
Gil's hard at work at whatever.
I'm
Whatever's
not
going on
able
over
to-
there.
And I'm the tech guy, and I can't like use 5 random letters on my keyboard right now. Apparently.
Not good.
Mhm.
Not good. All right. So here's the submission. So shorty.
Yeah.
Our writer says, "Hi, I'm Eric. And when I was 8 years old, I saw my doppelganger. I was at my grandma's house and I was supposed to be taking a nap. The only other person who was there at the time was my dad. He was in the living room so I could lay down. As I laid there, I peeked down a long hallway and I saw a boy that looked exactly like me. Now, I am an only child, so definitely wasn't a sibling, and my dad and I were the only ones there, mind you. My dad yelled at me to go lay back down, but I had never stepped out of my parents' bedroom. Here's the thing, the boy ran off into the kitchen, and I never saw him again. Being only 8 years old, it was just weird to me, and it didn't scare me, but it's always stuck with me.
Mm. That's real young to see a doppelganger.
The doppelganger conversation is so big because like what is that? My mind automatically wants to go to like a time slip of some sort. Like there's stories of people there was one really amazing story. I think I heard it on Jim Harold's show. And this guy was talking about when he was much no. It starts when he was young. He was like a kid and he went into his kitchen for something and there
Mm.
he looked over to like the hallway, the doorway, and there was this like 40-year-old like dude in a hoodie standing there. And then it like disappeared. And so at that time, like up, for years and years, he was like, "Is that a ghost? Like, what the fuck was that?" Well, fast forward to later in his life, he's in his 40s and he's back at his like mom's place doing something and he goes into the kitchen and he realizes in the moment like he's wearing the hoodie and he's doing whatever he saw the guy doing back when he was a kid and he realizes that that was him that he saw. Like I don't know, my mind automatically goes to like time slippage or like parallel dimensions running alongside each other and for whatever reason they
Mm.
just they intersect. We see things we shouldn't see. What do you guys
Yeah.
think? Where do your minds go with a doppelganger?
Did you ever hear the case? I feel like it came up on Art Bell. I'm assuming because I can't remember directly, which means I probably heard it in my sleep 400 times listening to Old Coast Coast.
Same.
But the nuclear silos, like the nuclear fucking launch silos that are in like fucking Minnesota and like the boring states. Like here's a fun fact if you don't already know this. The boring states have the nukes. Nobody thinks about them. But they're also the most interior places, which means there's like an hour and a half heads up as like an ICBM, like an intercontinental or whatever missile is fucking flying towards
Intercontinental
them.
champion.
So they're yeah, that one. The chain gang one. Anyways, but so all of the nation's nukes, if you're taking notes, you should pull out a notepad now or just click rewind. Anyways, all of the United States of America's nuclear weapons programs are located on the interior of the United States.
Dude, yeah.
But yeah, like Minnesota, North Dakota, South Dakota, like Wyoming, shit, like the boring states.
Yeah, the
And
song's like
there's a
that.
fucking crazy ass story that was relayed on Art Bell a bunch of times about somebody who's like fucking 500 feet below ground. They're the only one in the room. It's one of those situations where it's like you need one person with a key over here to manually turn in synchronicity with somebody that's like 500 feet away that also turns a key at the same time, so you can press a button and then enter a code and and then we all die. um but um
Mhm.
but there were cases that came out of that, which is what you just made me think of when you were talking about these kind of like slips and shit
Hmm.
of shadow people
Yeah.
hopping up. So like somebody's sitting there and they're on like I mean, those folks that are down there are generally, for the most part, treated really well. They are the best of the best. I mean, those motherfuckers aren't allowed to take Tylenol because, as we all know now, might cause autism. Anyways, but it's fucking dumb. Um, but uh, but yeah, so like these folks aren't allowed to do a goddamn thing, and they just have to sit there for like 5 hours and just like doodle and stare at the phone for the end of the world. and there's reports of like shadow figures popping up. Now, what's crazy about that is when they pop up, all of the stories around that are they act just as surprised as the person seeing them, which is like weird. Paranormal encounters. I don't know how you guys feel about it. Debo's. I would love if you chimed in on this, especially with ghosts or apparitions, whatever the fuck. They kind of like always have the biggest dick. You know what I'm saying? Like they always have the biggest ovaries, whether it's a fucking Bigfoot, whether it's a ghost, whether it's a chupacabra, whatever the fuck it is. It's like they're always just kind of like, yeah, bitch. Yeah, you saw me. Wait, did you? And they're just like they always fuck with you like that. But like it's very clear who the fuck the alpha is in that situation. But in these specific shadow figure situations, these shadow entities, they're always like, you can see me? Fuck. Just like, and they like run out of this highly secure facility. Doors open up. There's a bunch of paranormal shit that happens, and then the person's just sitting there with literally the end of the world at their fingertip, which I'm sure doesn't cause enough stress to cause them to hallucinate. That'd be crazy. They're just sitting there and they're like, I can't talk about this anymore. Why? But it happens. So a lot of folks think that they might be time travelers, or they might be folks that have some sort of crazy ass camouflage teleportation thing. I don't know, man. That's my thoughts, K-Boos.
Nice. D-Boos, did you have thoughts? You want to chime in on that?
I caught bits and pieces. My shit keeps fucking up over here. Like it's glitching out on me.
Oh,
Mm.
shoot.
I don't know what's
Dang,
going
sorry,
on.
bud.
Well, if you need to, I mean, I won't make the decision for everybody, but if you need to duck out and jump in the chat, that's, I mean, I'm
No, I'm
okay.
gonna see what happens.
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
but I did just remember that there was one story that I don't think I forwarded to Joey, so we actually do have like a total of 4 stories.
Oh, nice, nice.
Okay.
So
Yeah, forward that.
All right. Well, I got a question for the chat. Speaking of our first story, our doppelganger story, I'm trying not to date anyone age group wise on the show, but or listening to the show, if you were 8 years old and you saw a 35-year-old version of yourself, would you be scared? Or you were the 35-year-old version of yourself. You know, you looked at the person in the hoodie and you think this is your 35-year-old self. Would you be happy or would you be like, oh God, that's where I am?
Joke's on you. I was scared of myself back then.
He just keeps disappearing tonight. It's the weirdest thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like I want
like,
to.
Doesn't it? No, you're Stan.
Mm-hmm.
It's I feel like the obvious, or I don't know, the obvious thought to me that pops in my head is like, would you even recognize yourself that much older? Yeah, I don't know. Is there something to be scared of? Would you know yourself to not be scared?
Exactly. Yeah, at 8 years old, especially.
Yeah, I don't know. Chat, what you think? Put your thoughts in there. Doppelgangers, fascinating shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because when you're 8 years old, 30-year-olds seem like they're in their 70s.
Right. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And then the older you get, you realize like how much younger everything is and how little time you have left.
It's like it's such a weird. Oh God, that was dark. It was.
Sorry.
The fuck? Why do you even have studio lighting if you're gonna be that dark? But like, no, but I like. Have you all seen the ages on like the Golden Girls? Oh, all right. Oh, fuck. I probably can't type half those goddamn letters. Does somebody else want to look up the ages of the Golden Girls? There's like this weird thing, and I don't know if it's a psychological like anomaly because it's Generation X, Generation Z, whatever the fuck. Like we're coming in with the social media generation, so like we're realizing everything every half a fucking second. We're like, whoa, this is crazy. It's a first. It's probably not. But there's a thing with our specific generation, the folks on this cast, fuck everyone else, that like we look way the fuck younger than a lot of folks in previous generations that that were in our same age range. And it stands the test of time. If you look up the ages of the Golden Girls, and if you're like me and you remember growing up on the fucking Golden Girls, the GGs, you're gonna see that and you're gonna be like, oh my fucking god. Like, it's traumatic. It looks like K-Boot's got this pulled up. What do we got? What do we
I
got?
No,
wonder.
I was responding to her first.
She's like,
Sorry.
I'm checking the lotto. I'm checking the lotto.
I wonder if that has to do more with because that's a great example because Seinfeld, George Costanza is supposed to be in his late 20s, you know, Jerry Seinfeld late 20s, and if you watch Seinfeld, they look like they're in their 40s, maybe more.
Yes.
Yeah,
What?
yeah, yep.
No way, no how, in
My
no world
space
ever
bar doesn't work.
was you
Okay.
control everything on this show. We're so fucked.
Sophia,
There's no way.
around 79. Rose, 55. Dorothy, 53. Blanche, Deborah, 53 years old.
What? But
Yeah, if you didn't grow up watching the Golden Girls, then you wouldn't be shocked by that. But for us, we're sitting here being like, nah, they were all in their 70s and 80s. Like, they were in
Right.
their, like, 60s. Like, Blanche Devereaux was, like, late 60s, mid 60s, somewhere around there. And then everybody else was, like, old as fuck. No, 50s and 60s.
Oh my gosh.
You're this close to Golden Girls age.
I know that, Gil.
Like, you are one thank you for being a friend away from being the same age as a Golden Girl.
I fucking know that, Gil.
And isn't that the most scary thing tonight? If you ask me, it is.
Well, you went dark there. No, you know what? Like I'm people look younger and younger each generation we go back. Like, okay, for instance, like I sometimes sub at a local high school sometimes at night or whatever, and I get on just as these kids are
Don't make it
are
sound
coming off
creepy.
their class shift. And like
Class
when
shift.
when I think about it's all work. Come on, they're just being trained to work.
Yeah.
But when I see these guys and I think back to when I was that age. I was a freshman in high school. It's just like these are children. They're so young. And I don't even think like when I was that age, I presented that young. Like I looked much older than I was at that time. Like, so I think every generation that we go back or like that we continue to produce, it just looks younger and younger and younger, and they stay that way. Like millennials, as far as I understand, as far as the TikTok experts have told me, millennials specifically was when that really started. Like millennials don't look like millennials should look, if that makes sense.
It's like we discovered collagen.
I
And then it was
guess
just
I don't know.
everything changed.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Kind of.
It was the hadron collider. That's what That's what I think.
You know, those
It's not
billions
gonna
were
age.
worth it.
Hey, Laura. Thank you. Welcome.
Laura!
Hello,
Oh,
hello.
yeah.
Yeah.
Real
Just so
quick,
everybody knows, this is going to be the evening of technical problems.
Apparently so.
Guaranteed.
we're still rolling with it. So
I can't use half my keyboard. I didn't even spill anything on it this time. Let me tell you something. Little tip: don't buy the most expensivest computer because everything just fucking breaks every 10 seconds. It's very annoying.
Mhm.
Who needs a Canadians?
I
And I'm
agree.
too far south for
And
that shit.
not just because I can't
We're
afford
not.
it.
Or an iPhone that overheats when you're trying to be on video, because that's what happened to mine a minute ago.
Uh, Fedora CRT, Mr. Fedora
Hello.
says I'm older than Archie Bunker. I hope I don't look it. You don't. That's the deal. You don't. Isn't
Some
it great?
people never smoke cigarettes, and I hate that it shows.
I think that's part of it. All right. What do we
That's
got?
pretty
You want to
dope.
open the lines now and just kind of have them open?
Yeah, fuck it.
Let's do
Yeah,
that. And
it's-
then do we have another
it's open
story?
line.
Because I think Debu sent you another story too, as well, that we can add to everything. The mix, the chaos.
I just sent it to myself.
Okay.
Yeah, you read it. You read it.
Yeah. I'll go ahead and read it while we're getting the lines up and going. Now, this one's
Yeah.
short and sweet, and it's an anonymous submission, which is perfectly fine. If anybody likes to send in stuff and they don't want people to know who they are, you can be anonymous. That's totally cool.
Mhm.
So it says, as far back as I can remember, I've always had two dreams. One is my sister, and I was left in the car alone, parked on a cliff while my dad was fishing off the boat ramp. I guess my sister and I had gotten to a fight and knocked the car out of gear, and he drowned. From this dream, I've always been scared of lakes and rivers. The second dream, I believe, is caused from childhood trauma and goes, my family, mom, dad, and sister and I were sitting watching TV and playing. Someone walks through the door and I see them shoot my parents and sister, so I hide between the stove and the refrigerator. They shoot me several times, but I never die. And that's all.
Neo right there. That's crazy. That
Oh my gosh. I was gonna say, like, you ever heard of that theory that you cannot die in your dreams? But
I think I've heard of
they
that.
didn't die. They didn't die. Yeah. I died in a dream. I died in one, so you can. I've proven the
What?
theory wrong. Yes. I was
You weren't
shot
alive. What happened?
to death.
Oh,
Awful.
God damn.
And I could feel myself. Let's go dark. I could feel myself dying. I could feel myself being sucked into the darkness. And I didn't want to go. That was
What did it taste like?
did it taste like just sadness and just I don't know, what does dark taste like? What does nothing
I
taste
always
like?
pictured Dr. Pepper. Like
no.
I'm okay.
Anything
No,
sugar-free.
please hear me out. Please hear me out. I'm totally fine with Dr. Pepper. When I'm in a cola mood, if somebody handed me a Dr. Pepper, I wouldn't punch them. I'd be like, "Yeah, thank you. You know. I
The
mean,
cheapest doctor
fuck,
in America.
if it was a 7-Up, hospital bills. That's all I'm saying. But but a
7-Up
DP though,
slaps.
you know what I'm saying? Like,
Mhm.
but I don't know. Something about the darkness just reminds me of Dr. Pepper.
That's so strange. Gee. Fedora says I'm older.
This is
Oh, I'm
strange.
sorry. That was his previous. That dream is horrific. Yes. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And Hair Force, I always
Mhm.
have the dream that I'm falling. Dream themes are very, very interesting to me. I
Oh
think
yeah.
Oh, let's open
there's
up
a
lines.
lot.
Call in.
Mm-hmm. Call
Sorry,
in
kid.
with
I
these dreams.
I have a lot of dreams of snakes
Oh.
biting me.
Ooh.
And a lot of that, what I've read, is like financial. You're always worried about finances.
Oh,
Is something that I've heard about that,
yeah.
which I'm always worried about finances. So,
I don't like snakes. Snakes terrify me.
Be about that money.
Mm.
Um,
Yeah, but I'm never bothered by snakes in real life. Though. I actually kind of like snakes. They're pretty cute. So which is interesting.
It is strange how our brains automatically connect to certain like archetypes and visuals, and it's like, here's a snake, that means money. I'm like, I
semiotics.
yeah.
Semiotics. The study of symbology, and semantics specifically, but like semantics and like how we tie things to. So a great example, not to say you don't know, but we're talking to an indefinite number of people, so maybe one of them doesn't. So that's the person I'm talking to.
I don't know.
But no, so when you do semantics, it's like, oh, it's semantics. It's always an insult. But the actual study of semiotics, super fucking fascinating. Because, and this is coming out in more and more studies, but philosophers behind semiotics have been saying this for decades and decades. It's the study of how language literally shapes our ability to perceive the world. So if you understand it in the sense of the words you use, literally capture your perception and put them into boxes. Those boxes build up like bricks, and they form the foundation of your reality. It's very important. If you go to some regions of the world and you say the word lion, totally different symbolism can come across for different people. If you say the word bear, if you say the word cat, if you on down the line, right? Pick your animal or whatever. And a lot of Europeans came over to the new world. Smelled a lot like the old one. But they came over here and they're like, oh, like these people are so fucking primitive. They say beaver, da 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 da, this and that and the other. This person's named eagle, so on and so forth. It's the advancement of the symbology behind it that was being communicated. So like it's more advanced to say something simply and have it have a grander meaning, the same way that like a haiku can have a much grander meaning than a 400 page poem. Like, you can fit so much in a few words. But our literal perception of reality, and by that means too, our limitations of our perception of what's possible, is wrapped up in words themselves. Right. And so like it's not surprising that folks with shared culture have the same symbolic dreams, in my mind. And it doesn't disconnect anything that's psychic, because maybe that's the psychic world trying to communicate to you. Right. But the point is like a great example in a lot of Latin culture or whatever, if you dream of handling shit, literally poop, in your hands, that means money's coming to you. Straight up. It's a fucking thing, man. Yeah, caca dreams, man. I'm dead serious. Like that is literally, it is literally a thing. I don't know if it ties back to the concepts of like excess or something like that, but it's literally a thing.
Well, I was just thinking, I think you should write a dream interpretation book, and the title should be Caca Dreams.
Caca dreams.
Yes, it's gold, baby.
Everybody shits, but everybody also
taken.
dreams.
That's
I
taken.
am taking the sequel. I am taking the sequel.
Oh,
I'm bringing
Hair-
sequels back.
oh, hey, Hair Force. Yes, I know a very popular one is Teeth Falling Out. I've never had that one. And he also said that, but I was saying that for myself. I've never had that one. The teeth, I know that's a very real, common. And Laura says crunchy falling out teeth. Have had that one. That is, what does that mean?
Laura?
What is that interpretation?
Is this like literally something happening to you right now? Should we call for help?
Oh,
Should we call for help? Are you okay, Laura? My gosh, that is horrifying.
Just figured out the name for your book, Gil. If you shit, buy this book. Because everybody does.
Actually, I like that. I'm deleting this episode so I can take that. Nobody will know.
Yeah.
How
It's just like that System of a Down album that said "Steal." That was called "Steal This Album," which was such great marketing.
That was literally a harken
Gotta
to
love
Abby
System of a Down.
Hoffman. No, that was a harken to Abby Hoffman. They were just alluding to Abby Hoffman, who wrote "Steal This Book." He's a part of the married band of tricksters.
No, I love it. I still love that he did that, even though that and
Fucks his
they did
that.
Whoa!
I've got feelings. No, I don't actually have anything against him or for him, but they were parodying Abby Hoffman with "Steal This Book." That was an original take. Put a book out back in the day when people bought books, you know. Although, somebody probably already took "Download This Book." Somebody they had to have taken that. I think there had to be an expanded version of Abby Hoffman's "Steal This Book" that was like downloads.
You could do pirate this book, I guess, technically nowadays. Yeah. We do have one more submission too, or two more, I guess. Gil, Jibu's, I think you have the other one.
Who do
if you can read from the script, I can read it if you want.
You want me to read it?
I would like that, yeah. If your name is on the script, there's no C on your keyboard anymore.
The squat. Give me 1 second here. I'll get it pulled up. Actually,
Mhm.
in that time, is it okay? It's okay, Joey. While we wreck this train, can I just go ahead and play the audio submission? Is it too early? Where are we
Sure.
going? We
We're
going
already at 45 minutes. Go for it.
Hello, beer, booze, and boogeymen, and hello to all of your listeners. My name is Patrick T. Luce. I'm an author of paranormal horror, and a lot of my story ideas over the years have bloomed from personal experience. I have undergone multiple episodes of sleep paralysis over the years, but one of them in particular has always stood out to me for multiple reasons. 1, it felt the most real. 2, it was the experience that convinced me I wasn't dreaming when these things would occur. And 3, it's the one that really made me feel like there might be something truly paranormal behind sleep paralysis. So here's what happened. I woke up very early in the morning. It was still dark outside. My wife was awake in our master bathroom. The door was cracked and the light was on, so the room was not pitch black. Our German Shepherd, Moose, was asleep on the floor over on the other side of the room. Our bedroom door was closed, but on the other side of it was our foyer area with a hard tile floor. My kids at the time had this toy. It was a little plastic taxi cab, and it made a very loud and very obnoxious repetitive clicking sound as it was pushed along a surface. Well, I started to hear that sound, very slowly at first, on the other side of that door, and it continued to get louder and faster. I tried to lift my head to look toward the door, but I couldn't, and that's when I realized that I could not move at all. I tried as hard as I could, and I could not move. The clicking kept getting louder and faster, and then I saw a figure. Not in the room, but on the other side of the door. Obviously, I couldn't actually see it because it was in our foyer just outside the bedroom door, but I knew it was there, and I knew what it looked like. Shadowy figure wearing a wide-brimmed hat. Shortly after realizing that this figure was standing out there, something spoke my first name, Patrick, in a very low and frightening voice. But it didn't finish my name. It held on the I of my name, and that vowel sound just continued, and it also began to get louder and louder and louder to the point where I could actually feel the room around me shaking because it was so loud. I was trying to scream, trying harder than I had ever tried to do anything before, and eventually I managed to make a very small, squeaking sound from way back in my throat. It was barely audible, but it was enough to get my dog Moose's attention. He perked up and looked over at me, then he got up and walked over to the bed, and then he put his front paws up on my side of the bed, and when he did that, one of his paws came into contact with my arm, and the second that paw touched my arm, I snapped out of it. I could move, I sat up, the noises had all stopped. Everything was fine. It was a normal, quiet night. My wife came back into the room, and I told her what had happened. This is what convinced me that I wasn't dreaming, because there was no break. I watched the dog walk over to me, and he was there when I snapped out of it. There was no waking up when everything stopped. It just continued. Later on, I went online and attempted to search the description of the figure that I'd known had been standing in our foyer during that event. And what I found was a ton of instances of people witnessing a shadowy figure known as the Hat Man. I had never heard of this before. I had zero prior knowledge of the Hat Man or what it was or how widespread visions of this figure were, but it matched perfectly with what I had seen. I know it is said that sleep paralysis can cause visual and auditory hallucinations. To some extent, that might be what this was, but I do wonder how my brain managed to create a hallucination that perfectly matches a figure that so many other people in the world have claimed to see at one point or another in their lives. So that's one of my tales of sleep paralysis, one of many strange experiences I've had in my life. If you don't mind, a quick plug for my first collection of short stories. It's called Restful Sleep and Other Nightmares. It's available right now on Amazon as a paperback, hardback, and ebook, and the audiobook is coming soon. If you grew up loving Goosebumps books or the Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark books, you should get some enjoyment out of this. My advice for anyone who is experiencing sleep paralysis is to continue trying to do something. You may not be able to move, but like I said, the key for me has been trying to scream and getting some little squeaky sound out of my throat. My wife now knows that if she hears that, she just needs to reach over and nudge me, and I'll snap out of it, and then I can chill out and go back to sleep. So that's been crucial for me to snap out of these sleep paralysis episodes, is just to try as hard as I can to make some sound, and hopefully you have somebody who can hear that and help you snap out of it. So thank you for letting me share my story, and stay spooky, everybody.
That story's intense.
Very intense.
Patrick, did Patrick mention a podcast that he's on?
I didn't hear the podcast. I'm gonna look for that book because
I think he's
can't-
just.
I
fan
can't.
of
I,
Trump, but
I,
that was
I
terrifying.
can't use space bars or type half those letters. I tried. We should really, Patrick, get the fuck on a podcast, bro. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, I think he's
Probably,
just.
probably cool shit, but like,
I
God,
think he's just
damn,
an
you have
author.
a
I
great
don't think
voice.
he has an actual podcast yet.
Patrick, what do you need? We will support you. I don't. Is everybody in agreement that guy has a fucking great voice and
He does.
audio setup? Am I the only one that was just like, God, yeah, way to show us up, Patrick? You know,
I was
like,
thinking the same thing. You should come on the show. You should get him on one of the
so
shows.
crisp, so solid. Like, I could listen to an audiobook of Patrick for fucking months.
So
You know,
smooth, so
God,
nice. Oh,
I don't know if I heard the story. I don't know if I heard the fucking story. I was just hearing the subtle tones. Like, that was. God damn.
It was the Hat Man that came to visit. I think it's very interesting, the idea that something brings you into the just brings you into light. That's like something that's around you. Oh, we got a call. Cool. I'm glad I don't have to talk to you.
Joey, we got a call. Hello, caller. You are live. Can we get your first name and where you're calling in from?
Dwayne, I'm in Puyallup. What up, guys?
Wayne.
Hello, hello.
Hey.
Hey,
Bonjour, my friend.
you guys are talking all this dream stuff, man. I had to. This one falls right in line. I have to share this one. It's the craziest dream I've ever had. It
Go
was,
for it.
I was in this house. This is weird. This is before any paranormal anything. But I had a dream that I was in this house and we were checking it out, coming up the stairs. This really happened. We were going up the stairs and somebody said, "This place is haunted and there's ghosts in here." And I said, "Bullshit. I don't believe in any of that crap." So I reached the top of the stairs, and right as my last step to get to the plateau, something grabbed me by the leg and yanked my ass and started dragging me down the stairs and choking me. I'm freaking out in this dream. I am flipping. I'm like, holy crap, this shit is real. You know, I had the whole thought, the whole nine. I'm like, damn it, this is actually happening. Okay, I got called out. Ghost is calling me out right now, choking me out. And this is going on, and I'm struggling. And right at a certain point, I open my eyes, and my girlfriend at the time is on top of me, shaking the shit out of me, saying, "Wake up, are you okay?" And I looked at her, and I smiled and giggled because I knew it was just a dream at that point. And she goes, "No, this shit ain't funny." She goes, "You weren't breathing, and you were freaking out."
Do you have any history of
okay.
seizures?
Anyway, don't know what that was all about. But no, I
So
I
this
don't
is
know if
this
it was
is
a
unique
sleep
to your
apnea
health
thing.
history.
Maybe she said you weren't.
No, that sleep, bro. Sleep apnea don't come at you
Yeah,
like a fucking mugger. Like, that's not how that works. Like, you're not just walking by the 3 alleys in Manhattan and
Well, I don't
get
know. I
mugged
mean,
by sleep apnea. Like, that's not how that happens. Like, you don't have any history of just like getting conked out like that. Like, this was you were just walking and you just got pulled, and then all of a sudden you were being
no,
woken up.
it was a one-off. Yeah, it was a one-off thing. I mean, in my dream, I mean, it was real as hell. And like I say, I opened my eyes, and she's on top of me, shaking the crap out of me. And I mean, and I laughed. She goes, "This shit ain't, this shit ain't
I mean, it
funny."
could be right in the,
Well, it
in
was
the right
for me
situation.
because
That
I
could be
knew, I
nice.
realized it was a dream, but I'm like, okay, I'm good. Well, right. Right situation, wrong person.
So, was
But
there,
anyway, I thought I would share that because it kind of tied into the paranormal because it was all
100%.
it was all based around an entity that I called out in my dream as bullshit, and so it choked me out. I don't know if she might have been trying to kill me. I don't know. And I woke up and she flipped the script. I don't know.
You fucking with like the ghost of Wu-Tang Clan.
Anyway, I just
bro.
thought I
Like,
would share that with the creepiest dream
No,
I've ever had.
you better not run after telling some shit like that. Like, you just leave us with more questions and answers. Like, no. I'm sure the hosts here,
I do have
myself included, have some questions,
do
and I'm
have
sure folks in
one
the
more.
chat, and there's a delay, so you should keep in mind there might be folks in the chat right now that have some questions. You got grabbed by the fucking ankles, right? And you got your shit fucking rocked, and you woke up
I did.
to your partner being like, "What the fuck's wrong with you, motherfucker? It's America. We don't have health care." And you were like, "Oh God." Yeah, anybody got any questions
smiled
for
and I
me?
giggled. It was like,
Yeah, it's absurd.
I mean,
you
it really
find...
happened. I'm not making it up for your show or anything like that. It's
No.
just I've been watching this
No.
and I'm like, damn, there's that. I did have that paranormal based dream and this was way before I got into any of this or knew any of you guys. This was years and years and years ago. This was like 10 years ago.
So this was like foundational. I feel like anybody that's like
I do
watched
have
the show
one
long
other
enough,
one.
they know for a fact that like you are always coming in as a skeptic for anything other than potential apes. Like, you are a skeptic on everything. So like, I don't know if anybody else is.
I question
I'm
everything,
shocked.
but as you
Yeah.
should.
If you're coming in confident with, did you have any bruises on your body?
I have one other one. No, it was just a dream, and I don't know cause or effect or why it happened, but I do have another one.
Okay.
If you guys want to hear it. This one's at the top of my list. This one woke me up and put me outside my underwear, just to preface it. I had this dream, and this is crazy, that I took someone out. Okay? You know what I'm saying? And a friend came and helped me on the side yard of my house, dig a hole under the bushes, replant them. This was like the longest dream ever. Bury this person that I took out. And I woke up in a sweat. I'm like, oh, what the hell? So much so that there was no putting clothes on or anything, man. I was just in my, in the underwear. I actually went outside, lit up a smoke, shaking like a tree, and went over there with a screwdriver and started picking at the ground. I'm like, man, did this really happen? It was that real. And I couldn't shake it for days. I'm like, man, I came home the next day after work and went out there with a shovel to check. It was that real. That's how real the dream was. Of course, I didn't do any of this and none of this happened, but that was the power of that dream. Hit me that hard that I had to check. Did I have a psychotic episode? Whatnot? I mean, it really blew my mind that much. I don't talk about it much, but I'm going to share it here. You guys are awesome.
Thank you, brother.
But damn, that one, I don't know. It still shakes me a little bit to even talk about it, but because that's not the kind of dreams people are supposed to be having. I don't know if I call it a nightmare. It was so real.
I don't know what kind of dreams people are supposed to have, but like what? All right, so this is fascinating for me, Dwayne, because like you are so playfully and respectfully skeptical. I would say respectfully skeptical, right? You're interested but not sold. I guess that's the best way I could put it. on so many topics that we cover here on the show.
I'm an
And
open-minded skeptic.
open-minded skeptic for so many things. What's your take on what dreams mean or don't mean? Because it seems like there's a little bit of weight behind experiences that you have with dreams, and I'm curious, like, what questions have they kind of breached over time where you're just like, fuck, I'm putting that in the maybe box.
You know, that's either a tough one or a very easy one.
Give us the tough one.
If you overanalyze it,
Go for it.
Well, if you overanalyze it, I mean, you can get deep into your own thoughts, and good Lord, it could be anything. But if you simplify it, your brain doesn't sleep. Your brain don't sleep. That thing's always working. It has to keep you breathing. It has to let you know you got to pee in the middle of the night 5 times and all that.
Dwayne.
You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, the teeth thing. I think it's people grinding their teeth and your brain puts something together.
What's his address? Kristen, send me his address. I'm gonna find him.
I do have it. It's buried somewhere over here.
Dwayne.
Let's go.
As much as I wanna wax poetic about the potential philosophical implications of people's perception of dreams, I asked you, bud, what is your own up to it, baby? I want to hear it because your opinion's worth hearing, whether you want to admit it or not.
Well, of course it is. That's sarcasm, you know that? But no, that's what I think it is. I think it's something either that was on your mind when you went to bed or something that happens while you sleep that just makes your brain try and put it together. Because, we recognize patterns when they're not there. We see faces in trees, this and that. And I think it's just your brain working. I don't think there's really anything to it. I don't think there's premonitions. I don't really think it's anything that deep. But again, if you want to go that way, you can find, of course we can find whatever we're looking for if we look hard enough. But I think that's what it is. Like the teeth thing, I think if you grind your teeth at night, your brain's going, hey man, maybe we shouldn't be doing this. And it turns into your teeth are going to fall out. So maybe you quit. I don't know. I just kind of think something triggers it. Maybe I watched a horror movie that night. And so I woke up thinking, my God, I took someone out and I buried them. You know what I mean? I don't know. That's my skeptic view, is that's probably what does it. But we're also very, very, very creative as humans. We can come up with all kinds of stuff, We can look at what somebody else can come up with and go, man, how did you think of that? But that's our brain, what it does when we're night time, who knows? I mean, or there's something to it. We don't know what we don't know. It's why we do what we do. It's why we converse. It's why we talk. That's why we have discussions. I mean, will we ever get the answers? Who knows? We can speculate until then. That's kind of where I land. Is I just think it's something you go to bed with, or something while you're sleeping. Maybe a bump in the night, and your brain hears it, but you're asleep. You're kind of unconscious, but your brain's still working. So it tries to put something together, a pattern. It tries to put something together that you understand. And sometimes it's a nightmare. Sometimes it's a great dream. Sometimes it's a little soggy. Wink, wink.
Frosted Flakes.
Anyway, sorry.
Well, is this something that we can talk about with Dwayne before we let him go? So Alex had a good question. He asked, what about dreams that are completely unrelated to anything you've gone through? What would you think? What are your thoughts on that, Dwayne? Things that we don't
creativity
already have.
that lies within all of us.
Yeah, but there's like a boundary that gets passed when creativity.
It just went through all of it.
I think the question is, and assuming that we don't go to extremes.
The word I hate the most is, dare I say your brain is doing a pseudo AI. It's just gathering crap that it's known forever, and it's just putting stuff together for you. It's got nothing else to do. You're sleeping, but it's still working because it's got to keep you breathing. It's got to keep, what I mean? It's still on guard. This is what it does on its break time. You know what I mean?
Whoever's calling in, we're gonna take you in a little bit. But
That's
we
my
are
theory.
fighting with Dwayne right now, and this is fucking tradition. So Joey and D-Booz, they're just kind of like, God damn it, Mom, Dad, stop fighting. But
Now they're merely opinions.
did it end?
It did.
I wonder when imagination crosses the
Opinion and
line
speculation.
into
I don't know.
actual
I don't think
perception,
it ever will.
you know? It's curious.
Well, I mean,
Right.
we could all be a little
Right,
bit
that's a
right
tough
with
one.
this if we talk,
I mean,
if
we
we
don't
think,
know.
if we think about. So you're saying creativity that can create, you know, our brains can do incredible things. I don't want to go too long because I know we got somebody trying to get in, but
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
to end on that, like our
We
brains
love
are
you, D-Boo.
crazy. We do
The
crazy
other
things. We
D-Boos.
love you, Dwayne. I love you so much.
Dwayne.
Thank
Love
you
you,
for
Dwayne.
the
Bye,
dream.
Smash
Thank you for the dream
Bye.
stories.
Thank you, sir.
Oh God, did I
I
hang
have-
up at the wrong time? God
I
damn
have.
it!
It's okay. It's okay. Call back
Whoever
in.
that
I know,
was,
we know
call
you're trying
back
to
in.
call
Call
in.
back
Call
in.
back in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Also,
with
Sorry.
that,
Dwayne, thank
like
you.
it makes
But
me
yeah.
think of like I tend to think like all of these paranormal experiences that we
Can't
have,
type.
right?
Somebody else type. Try again in the chat.
Am I
please.
on
Sorry.
mute?
No, we can hear you.
What
Gil's
you need? What you
Gil's
need?
just Judy's
What
talking
you
over you.
No, I would try to type this in. Somebody type in the chat for the person to try to call back in.
Oh.
I
Okay.
my keyboard's not working, so like I'm sorry, I didn't mean to be a dick.
Oh, got you. Oh, got you.
There we go.
Okay.
Okay, I'm sorry, K-Booz. I'm so sorry.
You're fine.
I'm literally, it's like fuck, not that letter either. I'm over here trying to copy and paste shit.
It's a mess tonight. Join us.
It's fantastic, and welcome to the show.
Welcome,
Can we
caller.
get your first name and where you're calling from?
Wow. Well, yes. It's Gregory Fedora, longtime listener, first time caller.
Oh, Gregory. Good to hear
Good
you,
evening.
man.
Oh no.
Yeah,
So
we can
nice
hear
to
you.
Yeah. Yeah, you can hear me? All right, cool. I'm in my backyard, so looking out at South Mountain. But my I guess it's a dream. I don't know, it's that old hag thing. Basically I was in 8th grade and we were on vacation and we were down visiting my grandparents down in Florida, and they had an old house that, you know, it was an old Floridian house, and I was in the back room, and I just remember waking up, and it was like probably like it was dark out still, but there was like this woman in the corner, and then suddenly she was on top of my, and she was scary as hell. And I couldn't scream, I couldn't move, but I was fully awake, and I was just like standing there, and she was just like just staring at me, like, and it's just like, and I'd never heard of that ever, like, cause this is like I said, I was in 8th grade at the time, and the next morning I was like just talking about this thing, that, and my grandma just sort of like the next night she went in like and prayed over my room, and she was a real Catholic woman. She put a couple crucifixes in my room, and I mean, I didn't really think anything of it. And then it wasn't until later that I really got into paranormal stuff that I even heard about like the old hag thing. And I still don't know what it was to this day, but I just remember like I woke up, I was all covered in sweat, I was freaked out, and like my sister thought it was hilarious. But yeah, that's the closest thing I got to like a weird dream that was. So I don't know if it was a dream or what it was, because it's one of those where I know I was fully awake and I could look around, but I couldn't move, couldn't talk, couldn't do anything. And I've never had it since. And I never slept in that room again. The eyes?
Yeah,
Like,
there
she
are
didn't
some
have eyes.
insane
Like,
delays
you know,
tonight,
like,
so
you couldn't
apologies
see
ahead
like
of time.
white.
Oh. Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
I think Gil's
Could
getting
you
a
repeat
bit
that?
of a delay. He said she didn't have
Yeah.
eyes. She didn't have eyes. And
Ugh.
Gregory, I just want to follow up so I can avoid the delay. I must have missed it before. You said this was some specific room.
It was like I slept in this back room. It was in my grandparents' house in Florida, and I slept there, and I never liked the house anyway, but it was like this. It was a creepy room. You felt weird when you're in it, but like I like I said, I was young. I didn't ever put anything together, but I just know when I told the story to my grandma, she immediately went in and prayed in the room and then put crucifixes all around the room. I didn't want to stay in that room again, but then my sister, who was like older, was calling, making fun of me. And so I did sleep in it again, but it didn't happen the next night.
Oh,
But it
okay.
was like the first night we had stayed with them, and that night it happened, and then the next night it didn't happen, but it still was an uneasy, weird room, and I don't know why. Like,
Was there
I've
any
never
kind of,
researched that. I could probably look up the house now, but
sorry.
God,
Wait. I'm gonna be rude. Everybody that's like listening, watching from home, whatever. It's not because I'm trying to be a dick. It's because there's a delay, and at some point we just kind of have to force it. But yeah. So, how do I put this? This is gonna be abstract, but I honestly want you to, if you can, think back, and if it's a little off, if it's a little fuzzy, that's totally fine. There's a thing that happens with, for instance, like with psychedelics. I always call it like a body taste. When you take different psychedelic substances, there's a whole taste that your body kind of experiences. And the first time I had an overarching high strangeness like event, I actually knew that I wasn't on any substances because I was like, I've tried a lot of them, and this is not what the fuck's going on. But there is an overarching ambiance, to use that phrase incorrectly, that just kind of consumes you, right?
mm-hmm.
Was there anything that went with it? Were the sheets more cold than usual? Was there a smell in the air? I feel like that's too simple. Were you able to notice the strands of her hair? Like what else went with it besides, I mean, because like that is such a traumatic event where it's like a woman sits on top of you. Was she a larger woman, skinny woman? Are we
Mm-hmm.
talking like Audrey Hepburn
Like,
here? Are we talking about Mrs. Doubtfire? Like, where are we going with that? Walk us through that actual experience, because that's fucking intense, especially for the age you were at.
yeah. Now, like, smell wise, I just remember the room smelling like mothballs. And it was the only room that smelled like that. I know that. I know her hair was like it seemed to be like all over the place, if that makes sense. It was like it looked it kind of like when someone starts to go balding, but they still decide to have long hair.
Mm-hmm.
Like so that's kind of like it was like stringy, but it was like everywhere, like stringy hair, but like everywhere. And like her eyes, she didn't really have eyes that I could tell. It was dark. And she didn't say anything. That like, it wasn't like they, it was just there and ominous and like, and it felt angry for like, I felt like, when your parents are really pissed off at you and it, and you may not know what you did. Like, because I mean, usually I knew why they're pissed, but like there are times when you knew mom and dad were mad about something and you weren't sure if it was you, but you could feel that tension. It felt like that. Like this person was so pissed off at you, but I couldn't tell why. And I just remember I was like, I was never like a sweaty sleeper, but I was super drenched, like as if I'd had a fever, but I didn't. If that when you get really sweaty from having a fever. So it felt like that. But I didn't have a fever. I wasn't sick. So, but it was like just a really bizarre. And and I've never seen anyone that really looked like it since. Like I've seen people's drawing of the old hag, but it doesn't really look the same like to me. And she wasn't like huge. I mean, she was bigger than me, but I was also in 8th grade at the time. So, I mean, I think if it looked like Audrey Hepburn, I wouldn't have been as freaked out. I'd probably been like, "Oh, this is cool." But no, yeah.
Nice.
Could you not smoke in my room, please? Thank
So
you.
I mean, that's like I can't remember any other like.
I shouldn't do quips or small snippets. He's gonna start responding.
Yeah,
right
it's pretty much that's my story.
Okay.
Just delay.
Very
Sorry, bud.
interesting.
Thank you, Gregory.
fucking
Thank you
wild.
so
Yeah.
dang much. I've never had an old
Yeah.
hag experience, thank goodness.
Sure.
I've never had a hat man experience either, but I find it interesting because you said that you've seen pictures of other people's renditions of their old hags, and it didn't quite look like yours. And when I think about like other nighttime demons, like the Hat Man,
Yeah.
uh, people are people are explaining like something very similar. It's very similar, and I wonder how that plays into it. Like if it's, I don't know if it's the same thing, if it's something different. Like I don't know. I don't know. It's just got my mind going in that direction. I'm like, I wonder what the fuck that is. What is that? Yeah, but that would be terrifying. I'm glad I haven't had it. I couldn't do it. Not for me.
Mm-mm. Me neither.
Yeah, I don't recommend it, and I'm gonna hang up so other people can jump in. I don't want to hold up the lines.
Awesome. Okay,
Thank you, brother.
Gregory,
Yeah,
thank you
thank you
so
for
much.
calling
Great
in.
call.
Thank
you so
you.
much, man.
Loved it. I do
Ah,
think it's very interesting how the archetypes of the two sleep paralysis demons are generally just the old hag and the hat man. Even if the like descriptions are a tiny bit off, they're generally around those two archetypes of sleep paralysis demons, or a shadowy figure that kind of resembles either or, and maybe a mix. So it's very interesting. I wonder why those are the two archetypes. I guess maybe those are just the two things that people visit people.
It, did anybody else read? This has been driving me nuts all night. Since these kind of combos started to pop up. When reading about like animals and stuff when you were a little kid, did anybody else read about like the instinctual habits of like I don't remember what the fuck animal it is, and this is driving me nuts, but their reaction to it was either like hawks or eagles flying over them, and there were scientific experiments done where they would just take like a paper shape or whatever, and they would cast the shadow of what would be a predator for, say, like sea turtles or for wood shrews or whatever the fuck animal it was. And instinctually, these brand new born animals would react with fear. Like they were genetically primed to freak the fuck out at a specific shape. And I feel like it's like these conversations remind me of some like weird in between those experiments and like Plato's cave. I don't know if anybody else's mind is in that spot. For the love of God, Colin, don't make me lonely here. But this is a literal fucking thing. There's the oh fuck, I can't remember the whatever the fuck forms, and then there's the actual instinctual where it's like we have instinctually reactions to certain things, or at least there's a high likelihood that we do, just as the same way as like a sea turtle or whatever the fuck that just pops out of a shell and sees a very specific shadow shape, reacts with fear. It's like there is
Mm.
no training. There is no fucking training. Guaranteed
Hmm.
no training beyond genetics. Why does that animal react with fear to that shadow shape, but not other shadow shapes? Right?
Are you asking the
It's a thing.
question of if humans
What lottery number
have
should I take this week? Yeah.
passed down the genetic or DNA? It's kind of what it would have to be. Genetic or DNA predisposition to be scared of
Yeah.
night of these shapes at night, just like hawks and probably field mice might have been the
No,
animal,
I'm just
something like
saying
that.
that like
Maybe a
I
squirrel.
think it's important.
Squirrel, I think.
It's important to remember we're humans. Like we're humans, and humans are animals. We're animals. I don't know if that's shocking to
Bloodhound gang
anybody,
said.
but we are literally fucking animals, and so we should never put ourselves above the wood shrew, the sea turtle, the anything else. We're fucking animals. Why should we ever be surprised if we have similar reactions to things?
Hey, do
And
y'all?
so,
Yeah, sure.
yeah.
Once
I
you're
don't
done,
know.
Gil. Do y'all? Do you want to? I don't know. Offer a link to somebody who would like to come on and tell their story in person. Let's be
What?
brave. Give a link to somebody who wants to come on and join us.
I feel like that's an unnecessary challenge. Just is that what you want me to do?
Yes.
I would literally do that. I just what are you,
Alex would like to come on. He doesn't want to call in.
Alex, my man,
Bring it
brother?
on.
I
Give
guess
me a
I was
second.
just very shady about that. I don't know. I was too
Yeah, that
mysterious about what I was asking. I'm sorry.
That was pretty
abstract.
shady.
Alex,
All right, so
we would love to talk to you, bud. Yes. Yes, you don't have to call
fuck
in.
that noise. You know what I'm
Yeah.
gonna do because
Yeah.
I'm not able to type certain letters.
Oh no. Copy
I'm
paste,
gonna
baby,
paste
copy
the
paste.
invite link directly in the chat.
Do it.
I hope you abuse it. If you
Do
don't
it.
abuse it, you never loved us to begin with. Give me just a second to get this pulled up, Alex.
Alex is a pro. Alex, would
And
you
then
if I
that's
put you on the
shit.
spot, I'm sorry. You don't have to come on, but he's gonna put the
No,
link
fuck
in there
that. He
for
has
you,
to
and
come
we
on.
would love to have you on because Alex, everybody in the chat, Alex is a host of a very long running show. It's called Nocturnal Frequency Radio. He hosts
And it's the
alongside
shit.
Steve, and they're both incredible people. Awesome
Seriously.
dudes. I've been on their show a couple times. Gil's been on their show a couple of times. I met these guys a couple years back, and they're just phenomenal. Nocturnal Frequency Radio. They were the original,
Dope as fuck.
they were originally like call in late night talk show, and they got some weird shit, weird calls. Just
Yeah.
like, oh, it's inspirational. It's inspirational, buddy. So, Alex, there's the link. If
Go
you
for
want to
it.
come on and
Alex,
talk to us, that would be awesome.
hey Booz, I'm gonna steal your shine for just a
Go
second.
for it.
Alex, I have to pee so bad. The longer you wait, and I know there's a 30-second delay, how do you think that feels for me? Okay, you need to hop in and you need to call. Right, if you
Take
ever
Gil's
love
place. He's got to go to the bathroom.
While we're
Yes.
waiting on you calling, Alex, let's go
Nobody
ahead
would
and give
notice
some.
me being replaced with a Canadian. Just
he says
go
he's,
for it, Alex.
He says he's in. Do you have to bring him in?
He said I'm in.
Nah, I should go.
I don't know. Do I? I don't know how to do this. I'm just
You
winging
should
it.
just be able to join the studio, Alex, if you can hear me. Yeah, you should be able to just join. It's on Riverside.
Alex, it's not us. It's you. No, I'm just kidding. I'm sorry, but yeah, we haven't done this before. You're pushing us to new boundaries.
Yeah, are you able on your Riverside program to allow six guests? Maybe that's the problem. Is the caller pane is still in. Yeah.
Oh no, we can do it.
I think we can have as many guests as we want.
Okay.
Fuck that shit.
Yeah.
I'm closing that shit up. Bringing in Alex. Y'all, just give us just a second. I'm dealing with lack of
Okay, he's trying.
keyboard functionality over here. So
you're good. You're doing
also
so
everybody.
great, dude.
Aw, thank you. Alex, it looks like you're showing up in the chat. I believe you have to request. I have to look for your invite. Oh, there it is.
There it is.
Boom.
There he is. Welcome
to the show.
Look at us amateurs over here.
The motherfucking fantastic, the bombastic, the still blank screen, without a doubt, the Alex.
You'll never know.
Well,
what he looks like.
Timing. No, I'm just kidding. All right, you guys got this. I have to pee or I'm gonna die. All right.
Well, okay. Well, first, Alex, are you there?
Are you there?
I don't see anything.
Nobody comes to the show for professionalism. Oh, wait, fuck. Yes, I just accepted. Alex!
There we go.
Oh,
Yes.
Hello, sir. What? Oh,
Sure.
nope.
Oh, we're not
Never
able
mind.
to display
Nope.
this camera and mic.
Nope.
What?
We're good.
It's like me finding love in my life. No, I gotta pee.
We know you gotta go pee, dude.
Ah.
I'm sorry.
Alex,
Welcome,
we're gonna hear
Alex.
this in 30
Go,
seconds.
Gil.
Give me a minute and a half.
All right. Can we hear him? Is he there?
I don't think so.
Darn.
Yeah, the audio might not be there.
Ah, shoot. Well, oh, y'all missed out.
I think this has been the most technically challenged episode we've had to date.
It sure has. It's just, there's just no words.
We do what we can, right?
Yeah.
Go ahead, debrief while Alex is getting his audio, or we're figuring the audio. Can you let them know what next episode date is and topic if we have one?
I believe the next episode date is either November 1st or 2nd. I'm not 100% sure if we picked the date yet. It's the 1st or the 2nd of November. And it's going to be about the haunted house on your street. Most everybody growing up always had that one house on their street that was creepy as fuck, that nobody wanted to go into, that some were brave enough to go into and never came out. We want to hear about those houses. We want to hear about, even if it's today, if there's a house on your street now, we want to talk about that. We want to hear about it. We want to hear about if you broke in to that abandoned haunted house as a kid and what happened. Like, we want to talk about it. I know I had one in the neighborhood I grew up in, and it's now a State Farm insurance agency there now. So,
Okay, but we haven't decided yet if it's going to be the 1st or the 2nd.
I think me and you wanted to do the 1st, and I think Joey and Gil wanted to do the 2nd. So I don't think we've officially decided. So it's going to be one of those 2 days.
Okay.
Block both dates off on your everyone's calendar. Block the 1st and the 2nd. Not us. Both of you.
Not allowed to
Just
do anything.
call into work. Call into work. Yep.
Yep.
Alex is trying again. Oh, he's there. Hold on. He's there. Nobody breathe. Nobody breathe. Oh, no! What does that mean? We're not able to display this camera and mic. What does that mean?
Riverside is racist against Canadians.
Against Canadians, yes. Apparently.
If you, this is a dumb question, but this is the first thing I go to with troubleshooting. Are you on Chrome, updated, or on Microsoft Edge? If you are not, please try again.
Yeah, that's a hard learning curve with Riverside. Riverside is very specific about the servers or the programs it will run on. Like, I always have to enter it from Chrome. That's the only one that will work on for me. Yes.
And he's gone again. Can you? I think you can call in. You're in North America. Can you call in on our phone number? Is that an option, bud?
Yeah, he was trying to talk to some person, though. I think that was the deal.
We miss you, Alex. I miss you, Alex.
You know what? If we can't get him on this show, we'll have Alex come in for the beginning or all of next show.
Yes.
Seriously.
Yes.
Yeah.
So just an open invitation to you, Alex, for the next show. We'll set it up that you can come in if you're able to for the next show. So
we had half the crew for Paranormal Happy Hour just before the launch of their new season.
Can you hear me now?
Oh my God!
There he is.
Hey!
You were more horrifying than a ghost, sir.
You see,
Please.
you should have started, Gil, with the Chrome thing right off the bat.
This is on Gil. Alex,
I'm sorry, I thought it was 2025. He's over there with like Internet Explorer being like, this is the best we Canadians
No. I'm still using Netscape 1.0, dude.
Oh my gosh.
You're like blowing on the AOL free trial disc like any fucking moment.
I'm still using 5 1/4-inch floppies. What are you talking about, dude?
You're like, I got that flexible floppy, baby.
Yeah.
Like,
for sure.
Fuck
What's going on, guys?
Bro, well,
hey, Alex, welcome.
You just had the longest intro in history, and we are stoked for you, brother.
I know, I heard.
You kept us on the edge of our seats.
I kind of like doing that. I kind of like leaving you guys like wanting more. You know what I mean? It just works better.
first off, before we go fucking anywhere, please, for the love of God, because I'm having trouble typing and shit like that, copy and paste the link directly to Nocturnal Frequencies Radio into the chat so that I can pin it from my end. I can't type shit right now. My keyboard was like, haha, I'm a ghost. And I was like, where'd you go?
He's got no
So-
C's. He doesn't have
Yeah.
C.
Or A, or
Or
H. I think I also found K was one that's missing.
Wait,
I
but
don't
do
know
you
what's
do
going
you
on
have a do you have a Mac? Do you have a Mac laptop?
No.
Oh, okay, never mind.
I've a very nice.
So you guys want me to put the link of the show on YouTube, right?
Yeah. You can even do the like equal subscribe #1.
No, I'll just put the link.
Whatever the
there.
hell you
There
want.
you go.
Yeah.
It's not doing it as a link though, but there it is.
That's okay. I got this. I can cop. I can
There
see
you go. There
and
you go.
P, baby.
Go follow them. Go watch
guys,
them.
I'm gonna be
Mhm.
fucking honest here. Even if you never listen to the show, give them the fucking numbers. All right. And by that I mean,
But listen
trick
to
you
the
into
show.
listening to
But
the
also
fucking
listen to the
show
show,
because
yeah.
it's a goddamn good show. Guys, this is how we get them in there. We gotta get them in there with guilt. Shut up.
Well, wait, y'all,
Anyways,
Alex,
but it
real
is a
quick.
great show.
Y'all got you've got a show this Sunday, right?
We do.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Mhm.
I'm gonna be there.
Yeah.
My
And
alarm did
if
not
I'm
go off
not
for the last
mistaken,
one.
if I remember hearing Steve correctly, because sometimes I tune him out, it's going to be Richard Palmisano's coming on.
Oh, Richard! Oh,
Yeah.
he's awesome. I'm having him back on mine.
Oh, good.
Yes.
Good.
Yeah,
Who
sometime
is
next couple of
Richard
months.
Palmisano?
He's
amazing.
an author. He's been investigating the paranormal for like 40 years.
Dude.
Like,
Yeah.
So he just started. Yeah.
yeah, he just
Just-
started.
He's a
Yeah.
He
baby.
doesn't even-
Yeah.
He's a baby.
Nobody's-
Exactly.
He just learned
Yeah,
how to spell paranormal. No, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
And he's also like
That's
written like 5 or 6 books. I think him and one of his members from his paranormal group, Peter Rowe, just co-wrote a book, and they just got published.
Yeah.
Help us supporting help us starting author and a starting podcast out. You should turn guys. Everybody involved in this are fucking legends. They're the OGs, and you need to give fucking respect. Seriously, hop over
Yeah,
there.
I had
Give them a
dark
send.
hair when I first started doing the show.
Mm-hmm.
You can see it's kind of white now.
It's got.
It's a good.
It's
That's
lost
gonna be
little,
your destiny, boys.
Bro.
I've already got.
I'm
You
like,
can already see the blonde. You can already see the gray.
Well, why do you think I shaved my head? I don't want the white to show. You know what I mean? It's like just cut it off. Whatever little I had, I just shave it off.
That's why I
Less
dye
than-
my
less-
hair every month. Yeah.
honestly,
gray.
guys, I've had like silver hair coming in since and I'm happy it's silver. I've had silver hair coming in since I was like 22, 23. And the last time I went to a barber, I specifically fucking told him, I was like, don't shave this area of my head where my grays and my silver are. Leave that. I go look in the mirror and they're like, yeah, so I took care of all that gray. And I was like, I fucking hate you, dude. It's like color zoned. Don't touch. But like, I love the gray. You should. There's a great thing. There was some. I think it was de Kuhn, some French philosophers, mid-2000s, but they wrote the greatest line that I think will change you. It changed me. But they said that Westerners act like age as a crime committed against them. Think into that shit. You should not do that. It's good to step back and be like, fuck it. I'm not gonna feel guilty about it. Embrace your gray, baby.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Or
Besides,
baldness, whichever.
Senior citizens are getting STDs, STIs at the highest rate possible, which means seniors fuck. That's what you get to look forward to.
A big floppy donkey dick.
Mm-hmm.
Let's
Well,
go.
Alex,
Yes,
did you have a story you wanted to regale us with?
I did. Yes. So there's a couple. I'll do them quick because I know you guys are not going to be online for much longer. But so the very first one was a dream that I had where I got over my fear of flying. So this happened around the age of I think it was anywhere between 10 or 11. I don't know the exact age. Like, it was around that time frame. And the reason why I know that is because when we first immigrated to Canada, because I wasn't born in Canada, I was born in Italy. I was 8 when we came here, and like most kids, I was scared to fly. So managed to survive it, obviously, came here. And at about age 10 or 11, I had this dream where I got over the fear of flying, and then I'll explain the dream how it went. So I was at the bottom of a grassy hill playing with my toys, whatever. And at the top of the hill was my house, even though where we live was not on a hill. This is just completely weird. And I heard my mom calling saying, "Come up, it's time to eat." So off I went, started running up. And once I got to the side of the house, I tripped either on a protruding tree branch or a root, rather, or a rock, one or the other. Fell forward, but I didn't hit the ground. I kept floating and floating and floating. And there was a tree line past the house and a cliff, a sheer cliff down. So I tried grabbing things and seeing if I could stop myself, and I couldn't. And as soon as I got over that, um, whatever you want to call it, where I started going down, I felt my stomach and my throat just like much like what you would feel when you go down that first hill of a roller coaster. So I felt that in the dream. And as I'm heading towards the ground, I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to die. I'm going to splat on the ground. But I didn't. I started sort of leveling off and then floating up. The weird part was that I could feel the sensation of flying. That's the weird part. Like, I know there's, and I'm not the type of person that remembers dreams. More often than not, I don't. And it's only when I have a really weird dream that I remember. So this was a weird dream. I felt the sensation of flying, got over the fear of flying, and actually looked forward to flying again, which happened when I was 11 for sure. We went back to Italy to visit. And yeah, I actually looked forward to doing it. So that was one weird dream. The other one was when my dad passed away. And Kristen, I think you caught that on when I repeated that on our show.
Yeah.
The night my dad passed, I had this is when it happened. Now, we knew he was dying. He had cancer. The doctors made no qualms about it. They said, yeah, he's terminal. We just don't know exactly when he's going to die. Could be days, could be weeks, could be months. He was in the hospital. He was in hospice care. And I kept going there after work. I used to work the night shifts or the evening shifts up until 10 p.m. And I would make it a habit to call my mom before my shift ended to see if there was any updates. That night, my mom said his kidneys started failing, or it failed. So I knew it was just a matter of days. I thought it was going to be, I was hoping he would actually last a couple more days because I had my brother and sister who lived in Italy on their way to see him before he passed. They didn't make it, obviously, because he died that night. But I went to go see him after work. He was all, I thought it was morphine that made him do all these weird things, but he was doing all these kind of weird things with his hands. I later found out, like not too long ago, a couple of years ago, that people who are literally on their last breath, a lot of them do these sort of weird things with their hands, with their feet, or they're looking somewhere in the corner and talking to someone that's not there. Apparently that's a thing. I didn't know that at the time. This happened 20 years ago, over 20 years ago. But that night, nevertheless, I went to go see him. He started acting weird. So I go down to the chapel in the hospital, and I just said, you know what, take him. I'd rather you take him than see him like this. I went back up, said my goodbyes, went home, kept tossing and turning, and I kept looking at the clock. And around 2:30 is when I was in that sort of half in, half out state, where you're not quite fully asleep, but you're not awake either. And I see myself, I don't know if it was inside or outside. All I see is just like haze, like really thick fog, grayish fog. And then I see my dad step through the fog with a smile. He waved, and then he disappeared. Maybe about a couple of minutes later, my sister, who was spending the night at the hospital, called and basically said he's passed. So that was, the argument could be made that, you know, we knew he was dying, and it is your mind sort of trying to work through this thing. And I'm with that. My only thing is the coincidence of when it happened, not just on the night, but literally around the time he passed. That's what really, I guess, makes my, scratch my head about it.
Yeah.
Same with the flying dream, right?
Well, like
Thoughts?
the same thing that I thought when I first heard that story
Yeah.
is I think that there's something to it. There are these encounters and experiences that are just too coincidental, like
Yeah.
right at that moment he showed up in your dream to say goodbye. There's a connection there, and I think that that is undeniable.
Yeah.
You cannot argue that. I don't think so. However, I know that you, Alex, you are skeptical about your own experiences, and you're happy to tell them. You're always happy to tell them.
Yeah.
You've got a few, but I know that you are personally skeptical about these things.
I
Um,
am. I try to take a pragmatic approach to all of this stuff.
right, right,
Right. I
right.
don't. I fully believe that there are things that occur in this world that we cannot explain.
Mm-hmm.
And for all intent and purposes, if you take the word paranormal at face value, the meaning of it, it's anything above normal, anything equal to above normal.
Yeah.
So theoretically, anything that we don't have an understanding of can be labeled as paranormal,
Yeah.
literally. But obviously, when people hear the word paranormal, they automatically assume ghosts, demons, spirits, whatever the case is. That's the go-to when you hear that word, even though it could mean literally a slew of things. Um, but I do believe things happen in this life that we cannot explain. And I was having this conversation, I think, with Steve the other day. Of the people who come out in like publicly state their experience, and not all do, because some people live in countries, unfortunately, where this thing is sort of still shunned and ridiculed and what have you. But of the ones that publicly come out and say, I've had a paranormal experience, even if 1% of those is actually legitimate, it's worth looking into,
Right.
right? When science was a fledgling sort of field, their whole thing was to uncover the unknown. We didn't know that germs existed until the microscope was invented. You know what I mean? So, and it's that curiosity, that willingness to learn that got us where we are today. Unfortunately, seems to stop when it comes to the paranormal for some reason. And I think in large part that has to do, and this is my own personal opinion, but in large part it has to do with the fact that too many people throughout the history of the paranormal have been outed as hoaxes.
Mm-hmm.
And when you have a serious field, you don't really want to associate yourself with something that it's more than likely a hoax
Right.
or someone trying to be, they're getting their 5 minutes in the spotlight sort of deal. They don't want to deal with that. And I think that's where it kind of sort of broke.
That that is such a fucking incredible point. Honestly, I've never taken it that way before, where you just said like talking about hoaxes, but my contrarian mindset, because I guess I always like to push the gray, but into the area of mystery. Like, where's the gray in the mystery, right? As opposed to like what you expect and what's mystery, right? Um, dude, look at that. I know you know this. I'm preaching to the choir. The history of like medical science. You want to talk about
Mhm.
hoaxes? Want to talk about charlatans? You want to talk about flim flam man? You want to talk about people that are selling literal fucking snake oil?
Yep.
Right. So I can't disregard the paranormal field any more than I can the fact that like uh in 200 years are we just witches sitting here talking about the best herbs for the community?
There is a
on
difference,
I,
though.
that's
Th-
no, but my mindset
Yeah.
is like the witches, at least in like the European sense, used to sit there and when they would discuss remedies, they would discuss herbs. They were the healers, right, in many
Mhm.
many many ways in communities, right? And they were right. There was something to it, what they were pushing, what they were going for, right? Whether it was taking like elm bark off of a tree in order to treat scurvy because there was a vitamin C deficiency, or pick your fucking herb. But but they were outed at the time and they were outcast as witches, right? And is the paranormal field in a slightly different, like slightly similar, slightly different area where it's just like, yes, this is absurd, this is blah blah blah, but there's something to it.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't know.
Hmm.
It's
Yeah.
kind of my thoughts. But
Well, about the
with it, buddy.
loose, the first dream, was that a lucid dream? Like
I would
you were
think
you
so.
were you were
Yeah.
aware. You said you know you felt that you were flying. Like you could
Yeah, I
sense
felt the
that.
sensation of flying. Yes.
Could you control it at all? Like, did you
Mm,
feel in control of it, or you just felt
no.
like
I mean, I
okay,
tried to stop myself, like initially when I was heading towards that sort of cliff.
yeah, yeah.
So I guess you can argue that I had some control.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't control myself in flight, but I could
Okay.
feel the sensation of flying, and
Mm-hmm.
that's really what I think. Well, I know for sure that that's what got helped me get over my fear of flying.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Now, again, the skeptic in me will say, well, that's much like what Wayne was saying earlier. I think it was Wayne, right? You were talking to
Wayne.
before.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
much like what he was saying, and I do agree with what he's saying to a large extent. But there are some weird instances. Anyway, point I'm trying to make is my mind was trying to help me overcome that fear because I had flown when we emigrated, but that was 2-3 years prior.
Mm-hmm.
And at that time, I didn't know we were going to head back to Italy to visit. You could argue that I may have overheard my parents talk, and I just don't remember. That's obviously a valid argument. I honestly don't remember them talking about it, so I can't say for sure.
Yeah.
But just the way it happened, it seemed like it happened out of the blue for no apparent reason, right?
Hmm.
That's the weird thing, right?
Yeah.
If all right, so like if memory, your sense of smell, right, and your perceptions and stuff in the moment, your sense of taste and da 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 da. Da. If all of our feelings and our faculties can kind of commingle and coexist, find this middle ground within our perception, right, which they do, right? Um, why is premonition, prediction, if that is a sense that's inherent to humans, why would that be any different? I mean, we're able to recall a smell from our childhood, right? You're able to sit there and think about the smell of walking into your grandmother's bedroom when you had to go get something for her or whatever. You know, like
Mm-hmm.
we're able to do that, right? And so, like these multiple senses between memory and consciousness, they're all able to cross if humans are capable of premonition, of predicting things, right? Well, why can't that sense meet us here too? That's what I wonder is like how much of it is just like a bunch of things adding up and how much of it is premonition coming back and meeting you there. Because, you know, when we experience anything as a human being, generally speaking, there's multiple senses involved. There's the memories, there's our learned lessons, there's the environment around it. There's so many things that go into like, oh, I feel like I shouldn't walk down that alley. Oh, I feel like I shouldn't, you know, there's so many things tied into it. Is that premonition coming back at you? And I guess I'm asking that as a challenge for premonition, for prediction. Like,
Or you could view it as time's not linear,
Mm-hmm.
there we go.
and everything happens, everything that has happened is happening and will happen is happening as we speak, and you're
Yeah.
just sort of like picking up points, or are able rather to pick up points here and there.
Yep.
Or
Good point.
alternate universe.
Good point.
I mean, the theories can be abundant, right? The
What do you
problem
expect?
is we cannot definitively state which one it is, and because we're speaking about, in this case, more or less the metaphysical. Um, how can you? We don't have a full understanding of it.
Hmm.
Retrocausality.
Yeah, retrocausality. I
Yeah,
think that's a
good
great
call.
point. Yes.
Yes.
Uh,
I wonder.
yeah, time is not linear. You guys, I mean, can we not agree on this at some point?
I'm 12.
Okay. And
Sorry,
if
my
I
mind
could
my
be
mind is
celibate, I
12.
would be.
Yeah, my mind might be 12. My body definitely is not.
Yeah, yeah. Air Force agrees. You know, one for 100%, time is not linear. It is okay. It is spherical and or orbital. He's got a good theory about time himself. We've talked to him about that before. Yeah, it's block time. Hi. What does block time mean? What does that mean? I've never heard of that.
It's the flat
But
Earth of time. No, I'm just kidding.
is it?
Um,
No.
I'm just joking.
Oh no, where's Joey?
Oh my God.
Oh god.
We need to push in a flat earther theory for time. We need to start that shit here tonight.
Oh shoot.
Dude, that is
Well,
Alex,
Go
I think if like fucking anything, it's so dope that helped you get over your fear of flying.
Yeah.
Like in terms of like literal pragmatism, like that is.
That's sorry. That's
But-
what I was going to say about lucid
Yeah.
dreaming is that with things like lucid dreaming or like astral projection, which I think that they are connected, there are plenty of instances of those types of experiences helping people in their regular lives. That was what I was trying to say before, and I forgot.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
And I had another dream. This is where the question in chat I posed earlier sort of stemmed from, like the dream not being related to anything. You could not argue, there's a good cause for the two I've just explained, right? One, because I flew and I was afraid in my mind, whatever, you can argue that. My dad passing away, I knew he was passing, so you could argue that. But this one dream that I had where in my mind, I can't for the life of me know why it happened or what the cause of it was, but I found myself in the dream in a car. And I don't know if you guys are familiar with the St. Lawrence River, right? That comes in from the Atlantic down. Anyway, it's a very massive river, right? I was in my car. The river was dry, so I was at the bottom, like the bed of the river. Why I don't know, but I was there, and I hear the water sort of starting to rush. So I'm like, okay, I gotta get the F out of here. I get out of the car and I start walking up, and I'm in this sort of forest, and I'm getting like sort of swarmed by mosquitoes, right? Completely random. Like I don't know what the fuck this dream came from, but completely random. And as I'm walking, I bump into this guy, and he's like, "You need help with the the mosquitoes?" I'm like, "Yeah, I kind of do because I'm getting eaten alive." So he does something, and he's asking me to walk with him. And as we're walking, I'm hearing in the distance this sort of like weird chanting that's going on in the woods. And I'm like, okay, where's this guy taking me? And again, this is another dream where I kind of trip, but I don't fall flat and I start just sort of floating. I'm not necessarily flying off this time, but I'm just sort of floating. And then I wake up. So I literally don't know where that dream came from or what the reasoning behind it was. Just weird ass dream.
Have you read into Betty Andreessen at all? And
Sorry?
not just have you read into Betty Andreessen at all? And not the first book, but
No,
Betty
I'm
Andreessen's-
not familiar with that author at all.
I might send you something.
Yeah, by all means.
She was a
Yeah, please.
contactee, right?
Okay.
Betty Andreessen?
Yeah.
Yeah. That
Yeah,
might be
yeah.
interesting. Somebody brought that up in the chat, Alex, and I don't think we addressed that, but that might be interesting.
There were
Yeah.
there were descriptions that you gave. I'm not trying to apply these things onto you as much as I'm just trying to like grab at any references that I have and things that I've heard. Her non-famous story. There were references that you gave that like check, just like down the line. And I don't know if it's the same thing for the person that said that, that experience or kind of comment, but yeah, man. Betty Andreessen, the second book, The Andreessen Affair Part 2, massive book, gets really fucking wild. But there's some sections that like, were you reading from that? Like it's like, goddamn, that's like, that's
I've never even heard of this author actually. Never even heard of her. So I'm gonna have to.
Yeah, send them
Kristen,
the resources.
Send me the name on Facebook Messenger if you can.
Yeah.
J. Allen Hynek, there's a whole backstory with J. Allen Hynek before he finally gave into looking into Betty Andreessen, and he walked away like a total, like, she's legit. She was one of the earliest cases of him saying close contact of the third kind. Like, that is a legitimate thing. Like, that was Betty Andreessen was one of his breakthrough cases that convinced skeptical ass J. Allen Hynek back in the day. So it's a damn good case to look into. But
Okay.
you're meeting some hallmarks there, bud. I'm just letting you know.
Well,
Sometimes
I've always
patterns just
known
fits.
I've always known I was weird, just not this weird.
I mean, you're Italian, so.
That says it all. That says it all.
I'm Sicilian. I think we're sworn enemies, Alex.
You're Sicilian?
Yeah, Randazzo.
Ah.
That's the family name, Randazzo.
Okay, I know now.
Okay.
Yeah, now we know. Now we
Now
know.
we know. Now we know. Now I know why I get along with you.
And hate your guts.
All right. Well, let's talk about wrapping it up. If it's okay, can Alex hang out with us while we wrap it up? I wanna just shine a light on hi, let's play in the chat. Did us a solid and was explaining block time. Would you pop those up on the screen for me, and let's read through those, because
Sunnybrook.
that's incredible. It's a brand new concept to me. Sunny evening.
Sunnybrook.
Evening.
Welcome.
Welcome.
We have had a chaotic night. If you're interested in a chaotic night of content,
we're going on 2 hours right now. You know how long we usually
Rewind.
go? An hour. It's been a night.
There's a block time coming from high exclamation. Present and future events all exist simultaneously and eternally without any privileged now. This eternalist perspective implies that time is not flowing, somebody move the chat, dimension, but rather a coordinate. So time is a coordinate in a pseudo-physical location. I threw in pseudo to sound smart, but time is a coordinate within a physical location, more or less, and it can bounce back and forth. Is that right?
High
Is that
is
right?
over.
High?
well, you missed his first I'm sorry,
Nice.
their first post, kind of introducing block time as a concept. And I can imagine over there right now, since it was a ... they're just like trying to like type in the rest of the thought.
I can read a teleprompter. I will anchor man a fucking teleprompter. Throw me some words.
Right. But block time.
Clearly, this is beer apparition zombie heart, cardiovascular system, and rock on. Throw something at me.
That's this show, man.
Thank you,
That's
Sonny.
what tonight
Yeah.
has been like.
It's been a great. We've had so many fucking technical difficulties behind the scenes.
But
All
y'all
of our calls have been like 30 seconds delayed between like the callers speaking and us speaking. And it's been like I think they're gonna stop. I'm just gonna be like, so that they're still talking.
It's been unusual. It's been unusual tonight. It's very strange. But I don't know about y'all. I've had a great time. This has been awesome. Sometimes chaos is what is needed.
It's always awesome when some troublemakers get together.
Yeah.
Alex, thank you for popping in, bud.
Yes.
No worries, man.
Seriously.
Anytime.
And listen, you'll have the final line of tonight. Say whatever comes to your heart, okay? Just say whatever comes to your heart. You've seen the show before. You know how it ends.
It ends.
Yeah. Do you have a drink on you?
I don't. You know what?
Okay.
I don't.
All
I
right.
thought I'd actually be sober for this show.
Don't ever do that again.
Okay, sorry.
This is beer
Sorry.
boogeyman.
What, you know?
Comedian I've ever met.
All right. So let's go ahead and wind it down. Did we have any final thoughts? Any final things we wanted to leave with folks watching?
I got one.
Yes, so like and subscribe, guys.
Yeah.
You know, share everything you can. TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, like, share, subscribe. Send it to your friends. Let them watch this episode of the chaos that went on, especially within like the first 15, 20 minutes.
If we get 15 more subscribers, I will flash the audience for the next 10 minutes of the next episode. That's right.
No.
You get
You want them to
binge view,
subscribe.
baby.
You want them to subscribe. That's a threat, man.
Exactly.
Or am I
Exactly.
self-sabotaging against success?
And
All right.
and I did want to just say, because Sonny said they were new here, we also do a weekly 1 hour show called Paranormal Happy Hour. This is kind of random days, random times, random hosts together. It's kind of like a news type thing. We talk about some random paranormal, UFO, cryptid, strange news that you may have never heard about. Hell, half the time we hadn't heard about it. So just keep an eye on the socials for that, because we like to promote it just a couple of days before it actually happens. Unlike the actual show that we promote for an entire month. So
9:30 on this coming Tuesday.
Tuesday.
It's gonna be the next Paranormal Happy Hour, and if any of you bitches can't make it, why? I'm giving you so much time.
Don't let us
So
down.
much time.
Don't let Laura down.
I've been sitting on a story about a literal murderous squirrel that is terrorizing a California neighborhood. I've already given away too many Google keywords here. I have been sitting on this story. I've been staying with the pulse, like almost as close as the squirrel bite of like, there are stories of people like, and then I was taking out the trash and it happened. And it's just like a squirrel. like, I am so excited for the next Paranormal Happy Hour. I have multiple squirrel-related stories, so if you are into tree rodents, subscribe.
Tuesday,
Subscribe. Hit that bell.
9:30 Eastern.
Alex, what are you doing? You want to come in?
Murder squirrel. That's the name of the episode.
This just in. Trump was right about California. He just picked the wrong mammal. They need to send in the military to deal with these fucking squirrels. First it was the red coats, now it's the red tails. We're going in. All right.
Oh my God.
We're so screwed.
Okay. All right. With that,
I drank too much.
Good people.
Let's go.
Beer, booze, and boogeymen peeps. All right. With that, D-Booze. And you ready, Alex? Say whatever comes to your heart, man. All right. D-Booze, go ahead and take us out, please.
All right, guys. Until next time, here's a toast to the ghost in your hall.
The Bigfoot hiding in your yard.
The gray waiting for you to fall asleep.
I don't have a drink. I'm sorry, guys. I came unprepared.
Good night, y'all.
Here's a tip. Here's a tip on closing. Never come not prepared.
That's a good one. That's a good one to close out.
Yeah.
All right.
I won't insert a condom joke. Good night, everybody.
Cheers,
Good
guys.
night.